So today we will discuss about the thermometric titrations. Uh, titration. Titration is the process adding a standard solution until the reaction is completed. The point at which the reaction is completed, this point it is called as end point. The completion of the reaction it is detected by some physical changes. Suppose the faint or pink color changing potassium permanganate indicator, or acid base reactions, uh, HCl and NaOH. In a titration, we take a known concentration solution. This is known as titrant in burette, and unknown solution of known volume is kept in a conical flask, or the conical flask contain the unknown solutions. So at the end point, the neutralization take place, and we got the concentrations, or the estimate the amount of the unknown ions in that solutions. The main titrations types are potentiometric titrations, conductometric titrations, amperometric titrations, spectrophotometric titrations. In the potentiometric titrations, there is the potential difference between indicator electrode and reference electrode. And in conductometric titrations, there is a change in the electrical conductivity. And in amperometric titration, there is the current. Current, it is the indicator and the reference electrode. And in the spectrophotometric titrations, change in the absorbance. So these are the all type of titrations. And next it is our thermometric titrations. In any reactions, at the end point, there is the increasing in temperature or decreasing temperature. By increasing in temperature, it is known as exothermic reaction, or decrease in temperature, it is known as the endothermic reactions. The enthalpy, it is the thermodynamic unit to measure the amount of energy produced during the reaction. So in any titrations, in thermometric titration, there is a important the amount of energy produced during the reaction, or heat produced during the reaction. So if does not produce heat during the reaction, so we does not experiment the thermometric titrations. So mainly thermometric titration, it is the very simple technique. In this technique, measurement of the temperature during the reactions. During the titrations, the end point is detected, that is the change in temperature. Every reaction is the endothermic or exothermic reactions. Suppose the substance A is mixed with B and to form the product C to evolve the heat. So the graph obtained by volume of titrant added against temperature. Generally in acid base simple titrations, the graph is obtained by volume of titrant added and the the solution, volume of the solutions. So in a thermometric graph, we got the graph, that is the one x-axis the volume of titrant added, and y-axis, that is the temperature. The thermometric titrations mainly evaluate the thermometric parameters del H, del G, del S of the reactions. The essential condition in thermometric titration is that the change in free energy in endpoint region. The change in the free energy, that is the del G, is related to enthalpy change del H, by del H is equal to del G plus T del S. The thermometric titrations occurs only when there is a occurs the significant enthalpy change in the endpoint region. Furthermore, one can follow the entropy change provided that the corresponding free energy change known del H is equal to A del T divided by N. Del T, it is the change in temperature at corresponding formation of the N mole of product. When the N mole of product is formed, A plus B, that is equal to C product, that is the N mole of product formed, that temperature, it is the del T, and A is the apparatus constant. So del H is equal to A into del T divided by N. So it is the equal effective heat capacity titration cell plus reaction occurs kilocalorie. So next we will see the instrumentation. So in thermometric titrations, mainly any titrations mainly use burette and the flask. In thermometric titration, the instruments are motor drive syringe burette. Second, it is the thermally insulated beaker or Dewar flask. Next component is the mechanical stirrer. So we stir the reactions. Next is the thermometer. So we measure the temperature, and thermistor at the electrical circuit is attached to thermometer. Next is the recorder. So the motor driven syringe burette, the specific name of the burette, where burette is the insulated by so without loss any heat from the burette. So burette is the insulated burette, and the flask is also insulated flask. The flask, it is special flask. The flask, it is known as the Dewar flask. DEWAR, Dewar flask. So the Dewar flask is the adiabatic conditions of the temperature. Temperature does not absorb or evolve from the Dewar flask. And the mechanically stirrer unit, motor stirrer is inserted in the flask. And recorded. So in the motor drive syringe burette, we maintain the specific droplet systems. So for example, we maintain the 0.5 ml per minute. So the thermometric titrations, it can be successful performed at the lowest concentration as the 0.002 molar with the precise of the 1% of the standard. For the experiment carrying, when we add the known concentration titrant is added in burette, and unknown concentration solution is added in Dewar flask. So Dewar flask is closed, and the temperature, the thermometer inserted in Dewar flask, one stirrer is inserted in Dewar flask, and syringe burette is inserted in Dewar flask. So all the opening are closed in Dewar flask. So drop by when we perform experiment, so we automatically as our requirement. So from the burette, from drop by drops or 0.5 ml per minute, it is the inserting in the flask. So at the end point, there is a change in the temperature, and again at end change in temperature and neutralize the reaction. So there is a decreasing temperature. So mainly the applications of thermometric titrations. Thermometric titrations generally well suited for the determination of concentration of unknown substances. That is the del G, del S, del H. Mainly study of the del G, del H, and del S. It is also used where the endpoint is the dark color in substances. So body fluid, bloods, and other material, there is a dark color. So in thermometric titration, no need of the purification of that solutions. So we directly analyze the dark color solutions by thermometric analysis. And instead of the potentiometric poisoning electrodes, so instead of that technique, we use the thermometric titration technique. So at the lower limit of the thermometric titration is the 0.001 molar and 0.2% accuracy. So mainly the thermometric titrations are used successfully in neutralization titration, precipitation titrations, redox titration, complexometric titrations. There is the four main titration types. First, it is the neutralization titration. Second, complexometric titration. Third is precipitation titrations, and fourth is the redox titration. When we use the acid-base titration, yes, strong acid wise strong base, weak acid wise strong base, or weak base wise strong acid. Those are the neutralization titration. So acid-base indicator. So at neutralization titrations, we use the indicator phenolphthalein, methyl orange. These are the neutralization titration, where we estimate the or determine the main concentration of the acid and base. This is the neutralization titration. And second, it is the complexometric titration. In complexometric titrations, we determine the main concentration of the metal ions. So metal ions is form the complex with EDTA. Main complexometric titrations, we use the EDTA, and in neutralization titration we use the acid or base. Complexometric titration, main complex form between EDTA as a ligand and metal ions. All the estimation of the metal ions, these are under the complexometric titrations. Generally, metal ions are copper, nickel, calcium, cobalt, nickel, zinc, cobalt. These are the all metal ions we determine or estimate by complexometric titration with the titrate with EDTA. So in generally we use in neutralization titration phenolphthalein indicator or other indicator, but in the thermometric titrations where this weak acid wise strong base, this thermometric titration is very useful. The boric acid wise strong base NaOH. So the curves of boric acid and NaOH in general indicator titration and in potentiometric titration, the results are it is not very accurately as compared to thermometric titration. Thermometric titrations, the result of weak acid and strong base is the very accurately known. Second is the complexometric titrations. So first in neutralization titration, there is the graph A, B, C, D. At point A to B, the reaction starts when we add titrant from burette and known volume the flask, the solutions. We add one drop by drops titrant from the burette. First, there is a small increasing temperature from A to B in neutralization titration. A to B. Then at point C, there is a end point, and at that point the temperature remains constant from C to D. So there are C. This is where the end point. In general, strong acid and base neutralization reaction. And in complexometric titrations, when we determine the determine the concentration of the metal ions. So the estimate the when we estimate the concentration of the mixture calcium and magnesium. Suppose the calcium and magnesium mixture we estimate by standard titrate against the EDTA by using the solochrome black tea indicator. In solochrome black tea indicator, we reading at the 2 times, but in the thermometric titrations from the graph, there we will estimate the calcium and magnesium ion at a times. Next is the we also estimate the calcium and zinc ion. Calcium and zinc ions. Next, the precipitation titration. The precipitation titrations is the main precipitate forms in this reaction. When we use the silver nitrate for the estimation of the chlorides ion, the silver ion form precipitate with chlorides ion. Ag plus Cl negative, there is a formation of the AgCl precipitate. In AgCl precipitate, generally thermometric titrations are used to determine the halides with silver or mercury, calcium, strontium with barium oxalate ions. These are the strongly recommended. The precipitate titration is the sharp end point in thermometric titration. There is the when Ag plus Cl, formation of AgCl, and the del H positive or negative heat evolve or absorb during the reaction. This heat evolve or absorb we measure in thermometric by thermograms. Next is the redox reactions. The redox reaction, there are potassium ferrocyanide ion, titanium triion, and hydrogen peroxide ion by ceric ion. The oxidation of the oxalic acid and ferrocyanide ion by permanganate ions has also been performed. Redox titration many are not used in this thermometric titrations. So mainly thermometric titration applicable for highly purposes of the neutralization titration, complexometric titration, and the precipitation titration. So these are the all about of the thermometric titrations. Once again we will review for the thermometric titrations. In thermometric titrations we will measure the heat evolved or temperature evolved during the titrations. When we add acid in the base, and there is a formation at the end point neutralization take place, and we add the acid in the base small, gradually increasing the heat, or heat absorb or heat decreases in the reactions. So at the end point there is a neutralization take place, and from neutralization there is a change in the heat or change in the heat. This is our end point. So del H is equal to del G plus T del S. So the graph of the thermometric titrations is obtained the volume of titration against temperature. So this is all about the thermometric titration.